How to change your old story in order to manifest your new beautiful reality. Because you know that manifestation happens from the mind. It has nothing to do with your physical reality or your own physical actions, which are also a manifestation of your mind. So in order to change anything in the physical world, you need to change it in your mind. The reason I'm making this video is because I am lately receiving this question. I have mentioned this in several videos that you need to change the story, and several people have asked me in the comments of different videos, but how to change the story. So I am assuming that I have several subscribers to this channel who are new. So welcome to every single one of you. If you are interested in conscious manifestation and the law of assumption, you are definitely in the right place. If you need a more personalized help and support with your manifestations, I am a manifestation coach, and you can book a one-on-one coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. I would love to help you with anything you are manifesting. I also have a Master Manifestor Mastermind groups, which are group coaching for a more affordable price, which you can participate in if you want to. So please send me an email so we can find a group that is more comfortable for your time zone. Check out the links for my courses, and let's talk about how to actually change the story, the old story. When learning about manifestation, at some point you will realize that many of the terms that we use all say the same thing. So the old story is your current beliefs, assumptions, your automatic thoughts. So the stories that you keep telling yourself about the situation or any situation. And you need to change this story, obviously, in order to experience something completely different with this situation that you're dealing with. Practically, it's, or theoretically, maybe I should say, it's very simple. When you apply it, it can be a bit challenging. I will explain. What this basically means is exactly the way it sounds. Instead of thinking the old story, you need to start thinking the new story. And this is where techniques come in. This is the reason we do techniques. So whether you decide to affirm or you decide to do any type of imaginal act, you do that in order to change the story, because in doing so, you are rehearsing and repeating the new story, the desired outcome, your desired end goal. You see how these different terms all say the same thing. So you pick a technique that you like, or several, and you stick to that, and you repeat your desired outcome, your new story. And basically what you need to make sure that you do throughout the day is that you think your new story more than you think your old story. So the new story needs to become dominant. And yes, the old story is going to come up and nag you and tell you otherwise. Your job is to not give in to that and persist in replacing it with your desired outcome, as if your desired outcome is already true. And you may not believe that at all. This has nothing to do with whether you believe in it or not. At first, you are not going to, because belief is also trained. It's also your story. Your belief is your old story that you have been rehearsing so many times in your mind. Now you believe it, now you experience it, now you have evidence, etc. That's literally how manifestation works. Now you are doing the same process with a different story on purpose so that you experience your desired outcome, your desired situation, instead of the undesired. So what you do basically is you think your affirmations, you imagine your imaginal acts on purpose in order to replace the old story. The old story / your beliefs / your assumptions / the thing that you keep imagining, the worst case scenarios many times, or often. You can't just delete them. That's not how it works. You can't just get rid of them just like that. That's not a process. That's not how it works. In order to get rid of them, you need to replace them with the other story. So you need to rehearse the other story. That's basically it. And you persist in this new story, again, / affirmations / your self-talk, your imaginal acts, etc., until your mind becomes so familiar with it that now it starts taking it as normal, as your new truth. It doesn't resist it. Whereas at first, you may experience resistance. You may experience a lot of doubts. This doesn't mean your manifestation is not working. This just means that you have just maybe started out with this story and you just need to persist in this. If you have been doing this for a long time and you're still having resistance and you're still dealing with the old story, this means that you have been doing a lot of back and forth. You do your techniques, you repeat and rehearse the new story, and then when the old story comes up, you just take it as facts. One thing that makes it really, really challenging to change the old story is clinging to it. And a lot of people do this. What this means is not that you actually want the old story, you want the undesired, the unpleasant stuff. Clinging to the old story in this case means that you take it as facts, you take it as the ultimate truth. This is what it is, this has been my experience, and you keep telling yourself, it's always like this, it always goes like this, I never get what you want, this person is always stubborn, I don't know what the story is. But clinging to it in the sense of this is what it is, that is going to make it really, really challenging for you to change the story. What if that's not the truth? What if the things that you believe about yourself and your relationships and whatever you deserve, can have, etc., is simply not true? Try to question your beliefs. They are not the ultimate truth. None of your beliefs are actually the ultimate truth. These are thoughts that you have rehearsed enough times so that now you completely believe it. And also, of course, as I said earlier, you also have manifested them in the 3D and you have experienced them in the physical, you have evidence, and that makes it all so solid and believable, etc. That's how it works. It's normal. Now you have to go through a period of challenging these old beliefs and replacing them with the new as though the new is already true. You are already going to think these thoughts. So you might as well think thoughts and imagine things that benefit you. So clinging to the old story as if, oh, but he did this, oh, but she did this, oh, but I don't know, I lost my job. All that is very, very challenging on a human level. That is understandable, but your mind doesn't work on a human level. Your subconscious mind, specifically the part that is executing orders, doesn't care about our human emotions, about what is good or bad. It's simply going to execute the order. The order you keep giving is, this old thing is the way it is. It has always been like this. This is my life. Your mind is going to say, okay, so more of that. In order to change this story, you need to stop yourself and rehearse your new reality as if that's already true. And this is where techniques come in. This is probably a fancy way of saying do your techniques. And again, make sure that your new story becomes dominant, because the dominant of two stories is going to manifest. You can't have two opposing beliefs, two opposing stories as true in your mind at the same time. It's going to be one or the other. The one that you rehearse the most is going to sink into your subconscious mind, otherwise also called impress your subconscious mind, become your new assumptions, beliefs, your new story, and then manifest. So do the technical part without trying to overanalyze and figure out how it's going to happen, without, again, clinging to the idea, oh, but I don't believe this. This is also something that I have got a lot lately. I don't believe this. I can't manifest because I don't believe my story. No, you can manifest because you are going to repeat your new story regardless of believing or not believing. Because in repeating it, your mind is going to accept that as your new truth, your new belief. Long story short, in order to get rid of the old story or change the old story, you need to replace it with new story. You can't delete it, you need to replace it. It's one or the other. Whichever one you repeat the most is going to sink into your subconscious mind and become your new story and therefore also your new reality. The way you replace it is simply by doing the techniques. I am going to link a video, probably a playlist, but at least one video about techniques, how to choose your techniques, how to know whether whatever you're doing is going to work or not. Pick whatever you like doing, because that is also important, because if you don't like doing it, you're not going to do it, and if you don't do the work, it's not going to work. So simplify your manifestation process, do what you like, and keep doing it. At some point, your mind will get it. At some point, it's like, she repeats this a lot. This may be true, so let me just... and then manifest. So in theory, again, it's very simple. It may be challenging because you have emotions, you have experience, etc. Try not to cling on to these experiences as if that's the ultimate truth. It's not. It's just a story that you have been rehearsing. From now on, you will rehearse and repeat something else until that becomes your new, beautiful reality. If you need a more personalized help with your manifestations, you are welcome to book a coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. I would love to help you with anything that you are manifesting. And you can also join my Master Manifestor Mastermind group, where I help you stay consistent and I help you with the challenges that you are experiencing in your manifestation journey. So send me an email if you want to join, and we will find a group that is suited for your time zone. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next video.